Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Akmal binti Abdullah and my partner Fatimah Azhara binti Zulkifli from AS2465B are going to present about seaweed is not just an algae. Seaweed is a plant that grow in water bodies such as river, sea, and ocean. Seaweed are one of the main producer of biomass in marine world and have been significant part of many Asian diets and traditional medicine. They can be found in ocean all over the world, but the most commonly consumed is in Asian countries like Japan, Korea, and China. Seaweed are high in nutrients such as iron, zinc, magnesium, riboflavin, thiamine, and vitamin A, B, C, and K. It is highly versatile and can be found in variety of dishes like sushi, soup, smoothie, and salad. There are four groups of algae, which is Cyanoceae, blue-green algae, Octophyta, brown algae, Rhodophyta, red algae, and Chlorophyta, green algae. Cyanoceae and Chlorophyta can be found in rivers and lake, while Octophyta and Rhodophyta can be found in ocean. Next, the chemical composition of seaweed species are similar, where water content in seaweed are 80 to 90%, carbohydrate 50%, but the percentage of protein content is different according to species, where the brown seaweed have 3 to 15%, and red or green seaweed have 10 to 47% of protein content. Mineral in seaweed are 7 to 38%, and lipid content are 1 to 3%. So the chemical composition of seaweed varies, which depend on the type of species and time of collection, geographic habitat, and many external conditions such as water temperature, light intensity, and nutrient concentration in water. So this table shows the average content in each seaweed primary metabolites classes in green, brown, and red seaweed. Next, physical-chemical properties of seaweed. The principle of physiological effect on dietary fiber are related to their physical-chemical properties according to Pei and Patricia, 2017. According to the article, the swelling capacity and water holding capacity determine the physical-chemical properties of seaweed as it relates to the polysaccharide characteristic as well as protein that link to the polysaccharide cell walls. As the temperature increases, the swelling capacity and water holding capacity increased. This is due to the increase in the solubility of the fiber and protein presence in the seaweed. For the application in the food industry, high water holding capacity value of the dietary fiber indicates that this material could be used as the functional ingredients for texture adjustment in the protein product and salad dressing for producing low calorie of food. Next, functional properties of seaweed. According to Palnaver et al. 2020, seaweed are used to improve food quality and extend their shelf life. Agar, agarose, alginates, alvin, fucoidin, and carrageenans are the most common seaweed polysaccharides isolate. These polysaccharide isolates are widely used in food industry for variety purposes, including food stabilization and gelling agent. So we can see here, agar in food industry, it is used as laxative agent, stabilizer, solidifying agent, and emulsifier. So the low quality of agar are usually used in ice cream and candies production, while medium quality of agar are used to make substrate for microbiological studies, and high quality of agar are used for making gel electrophoresis and chromatography. Next is alginates. Alginates are used in food industry as a thickening agent, gelling agent, stabilizer, and emulsifier. It is used in frozen food and instant food and drink in the food industries. So next is the property of fucoidin, which is used as a bioactivity in tissues engineering. Ulvin are used as antioxidant, anticoagulant, and anti-hyperlipidemic activity. And lastly is carrageenan. Carrageenan in the food industry, it is used as the thickening agent, gelling agent, and stabilizing agent. So carrageenans are used in the food industry, and usually it is added in the milk-based product like chocolate and ice cream. So there are three types of carrageenan, which is kappa, iota, and lambda. Next is the nutritional benefit of seaweed. So there are 5 nutritional benefits of seaweed, which is carbohydrate, lipid, mineral, protein, and fiber. First, we go to the carbohydrate. So carbohydrate serve as the primary energy. So in the food industry, seaweed are used as the texture modifiers and non-toxic additive like sodium alginates, potassium alginates, ammonium alginates, and potassium alginates. In the pharmaceutical industry, seaweed are used in the auxiliaries in the drug delivery, tissue healing, and symptom relief. Cosmetic industry, seaweed are commonly used as the gelling agent. Next, lipid. So seaweed contain high in the polyunsaturated fatty acid. So this is associated with the low risk of cardiovascular and diabetes. Besides, it also increases the immune response and brain function. Lipid play an important role in the transportation and absorption of the fat-soluble vitamin, which is vitamin A, B, E, and K. Next is the mineral. So seaweed are used as the nutritional substitute, which it is majority of the body essential mineral requirement. So like sodium, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and micronutrients like zinc, boron, and nickel. Next is the protein of the seaweed. So seaweed have a complete protein source, which means it contains all the essential amino acid like histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, myothionein, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine, which are vital for protein synthesis and tissue repair and nutrient absorption. Some peptide and protein extract of the seaweed are used to treat the hypertension and obesity. Peptides and protein extract also are used in the cosmetic composition as antioxidant. Lastly, the nutritional benefit of seaweed in fiber are used to increase the viscosity of gastrointestinal tract, regulating intestinal tract, cholesterol, and blood sugar. It also used to prevent and treat various diseases like obesity and diabetes. Next, I will pass the presentation to my partner, Fatima Azhara.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Fatima Zahra binti Zulkifli and I will explain on the seaweed application in food industry. The seaweed cultivation or seaweed farming that was done due to the high demand for seaweed caused seaweed waste to increase as the food industry has the quality standards that are required to follow. Hence, the seaweed waste that did not meet the standards is crucial to be reused as it could give a negative impact on the marine environment if thrown away. It is a study done by Karina et al. 2021. The seaweed polysaccharides implemented in the food industry provide texture modification, fat reduction, extension of shelf life of food, colloidal stabilization, and also new food creation. There are 3 seaweed applications in the food industry highlighted here, which are in food packaging as the thickening and gelling agents and provide umami taste. Firstly, in food packaging, usually in the food industry, the bio-based plastics used as food packaging are made from bio-based resources such as polysaccharides, microbial polyesters that can be obtained from plants, marine organisms, or by fermentation of microorganisms. The degradability and non-toxic characteristic of the polysaccharides used in bio-based polymers makes them biocompatible. The advantages they offer in food packaging are edible coatings and film, antimicrobial, antioxidant, and various other biological criteria of polysaccharides, providing a sustainable option for active packaging. Seaweeds that consist mainly of polysaccharides, therefore, are a promising alternative resource for active packaging with a combination of biodegradable polymers. The incorporation of seaweed polysaccharides into food packaging changed numerous aspects of packaging materials, such as mechanical, physical, thermal, antioxidant, antimicrobial, and chemical properties. The possibility for the chemicals used as the active agent in packaging to become toxic is high because the chemicals will migrate from polymer to the food. Therefore, the researchers are targeting natural compounds to replace the chemicals as the active agent. Seaweeds with a rich source of polysaccharides have a high possibility of becoming an active agent. Seaweeds are possible in inventing sustainable packaging, biodegradable plastics, edible packaging such as packaging, and active packaging. The studies from various researchers prove that the incorporation of seaweed into polymer film gives a lot of positive impacts. Secondly, seaweed application as thickening and gelling agents. The gelling properties of the seaweed hydrocolloids can highly be affected by any minor changes at the molecular level. The molecular weight, length of chains, and ionic strength and contents can also affect the gelation abilities of the seaweed polysaccharides. The seaweed hydrocolloids polysaccharides are built up from either sulfated, dehydrated galactopyranosyl, monoethers, carrageenans and agar, or uranic acid, which is alginate. The arrangement of the polysaccharides matters a lot to be able to form gels or viscous solutions. The study from Ring Knudsen and May 2021 focused on the red seaweed from the genera Kappa, Picus, and Euthuma that are rich in carrageenan, species from the genera Gracilaria and Gelidium, as they consist mainly of agar, and also brown seaweeds from the genera Laminaria and Macrocystis that are high in alginate. These components found in seaweed hydrocolloids are usually being used as thickening and gelling agents in food and also used in other fields that require digestion functions such as pharma and biotechnology. Carrageenan, mostly found in red seaweed, was extracted by an isolation process of semi-refined or refined powders involving hot potassium hydroxide solution reaction with the sulfate esters of carrageenan precursors. This process will increase the composition of 3,6-N-hydrogalactose and produce more K and I carrageenan, which forms gels with the potassium salts. The seaweed extract will be converted from gel form to dried powder form. Carrageenan plays its role as gelling agent, thickener, and stabilizer in food with concentration between 0.005% and 2.0% weight per weight. Carrageenan incorporated in dairy products interact with casein micelles in adjusting the viscosity of the dairy products as the gelation mechanism, which will form a stronger network. It helps prevent aggregation of milk and stabilize particles such as cocoa suspensions in chocolate milk. Besides, a study by Alba and Conto-Georgos 2018 states that in the bakery industry, carrageenan from seaweed is also used to improve bread proofing characteristics and to formulate gluten-free bread. Alginate is also one of the compounds in seaweed that is widely used to help reduce the fat in restructured meat products due to its ability in stabilizing the emulsion and thickening properties. Several studies also have found that alginates can function as edible coatings in meat products or fresh fruits and vegetables that helps in maintaining the texture of food, delay browning reaction, inhibit growth of yeast and molds, and control the moisture and color of food. Red seaweed agarophytes from genera Gelidium and Gracilaria are types of seaweed that are major agar producing, and the food-grade agar can be extracted by washing stem, including pretreatment and hot water extraction. The formation of transparent, stiff gels from agar can change their rheological characteristics by addition of sugars such as sucrose, glucose, etc., or also by adding the polysaccharides such as locust bean gum, xanthan, or alginates. The sugar will form helices and helps increase the gel strength and temperatures of the gelation. The formation of agar with xanthan and alginate will help widen the range of textures and mouthfeel of the agar gels, where this is stated by Goff and Guo 2019. Agar is widely used in the baking industry as it has the ability to resist high temperatures, contrasting with carrageenan that is effective in delaying the dehydration of cakes and bread. In the fruit jelly confections, agar is also used due to its capability to form gel without high sugar concentrations. In the meat industry, agar helps to reduce fat and structures the meat products, fish, poultry, and boiled sausage at level 0.5% to 2.0%. Okay, that's the application of seaweed highlighted is providing umami taste. Umami originates from Japan, where a Japanese scientist named Kikune Ikeda in his study found the main component that produced the umami taste in dashi that was prepared from brown seaweed. The umami taste from seaweed originating from the glutamate component adds deliciousness while reducing the salt, sugar, and fats content in food, producing healthier and tastier meals. This fifth basic taste is slowly being accepted globally as the sensation of umami taste in seaweed is different from the taste of sodium chloride in cooking salt solutions. Before the umami taste popular in Western world, the Eastern community have been consuming the seaweed for thousands of years, particularly in some Asian countries such as China, Japan, Korea, and Polynesia, where gastronomy is traditionally based on seaweeds since ancient times. Seaweed usage in gastronomy extended as encouraged and intensified by scientists and chefs, such as the mixing of seaweed dulse in ice cream, some breads, cheese as the umami flavoring was suggested. The high free glutamate contents in edible seaweeds indicates them as the worthy candidates for umami flavoring, which can be further studied to be used as seasoning agents in broth, marinating media, dressing, and sauces. As the conclusion, seaweeds are a good source of main compounds such as carbohydrates, protein, lipids, and minerals, as well as rich source of health-promoting secondary metabolites capable of working on the broad range of disorders or disease, and are excellent leading compounds in the production of new medicines and food additives due to the variety of constituents. Seaweeds can also help in the development and maintenance of a broad nutritional balance of vitamins, minerals, and essential nutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins, essential amino acids, and dietary fibers. Seaweed polysaccharides implemented in the food industry provide texture modification, fat reduction, extension of shelf life of food, colloidal stabilization, and also new food creation. Seaweed application in the food industry are in food packaging as thickening agent and gelling agent, and also one of the high source of umami taste. The umami taste compound glutamate in extracts of seaweed also varies in some red and brown species. Hopefully, in the future, more research can be done on the umami food sources as it was observed to have high benefits in food application. Based on the studies done, it was observed that the incorporation of seaweed in the polymers gives big impacts and high potential in the beneficial usage of seaweed in food packaging. This can also help to save the environment by reducing the production of synthetic packaging and plastic waste. Besides that, the antioxidant properties in the seaweed give longer shelf life to food incorporated by seaweed. However, more research needs to be done to determine the safety of using seaweed broadly in the food industry, besides to clarify the safety and risk of using them. I think that is all from us. Thank you.